very easy.
I bet.
My life was very easy, yeah. As far as that goes, who knows mentally how it was, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They might have thought it would be easier.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, attention seeking, or there's so many things I could come up with right now.
Yeah.
We have a caller on the line. Welcome to Moments of Clarity. Hi. Who's this?
Hey, Tiffany. How are you?
Hi. Who am I talking to?
This is Caroline Cook.
Hi, Caroline. How are you? Thanks for calling in. You made my week 2 weeks in a row.
I know. It's awesome.
Do you have some
Nice to
feedback
meet
for
you,
Rachel? Isn't she great?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Do you have fun feedback, Caroline?
No, I was just curious to see how she works with what she's gone through on a daily basis and how it's impacted her life.
Well, she did say it was 2006 before you were able to even think about standing up for yourself because of everything, all the negative impact that you endured by trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Well, so I separated from the military in 2006, and I didn't know I had PTSD. I was just diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and I was having multiple panic attacks. And I didn't go to the VA because I was a military spouse. So I went to just a regular hospital, military hospital, and they just diagnosed me with that. And they put me on a lot of medication. And I call it the monotone
What kind?
monster.
Just out of curiosity.
Anxiety meds, depression meds, and sleep pills. And then I needed pills to combat because I had night sweats and constipation from all the medication. So,
wow.
A lot. Yeah. And one of my yoga teachers told me about a kind of meditation called integrative restoration that they actually are using in a VA hospital. And it actually reverses the trauma done to the brain from PTSD. And through that meditation practice, I got off all the sleeping pills. I got off all the medication. I'm still on one anxiety pill that I keep trying to get off of, but I've been on for 12 years, 13 years, and it's been a long process. But
what's it called? Integrated what?
Integrative restoration. iRest, yes.
iRest?
Okay, yeah,
iRest
someone just mentioned that a couple of days ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. I listen to it every day, and I actually teach it now. It's a long process to get certified, but I'm an iRest teacher now. So I can teach in person or online over the phone.
For our listeners, iRest is a meditation practice based on the ancient tradition of yoga Nidra. Thank you. And adapted to suit the conditions of modern life. When practiced regularly, a little and often, iRest enables you to meet each moment of your life with an unshakable peace and well-being, no matter how challenging or difficult your situation. iRest was developed by Dr. Richard Miller, a spiritual teacher, author, yoga scholar, and researcher, and clinical psychologist, all that stuff, who combined traditional yogic, is that how you say it? Practice with Western psychology and neuroscience. It's practiced and taught by thousands of people worldwide in a wide range of settings, including health centers, schools, community centers, yoga studios, correctional facilities, and military hospitals. So I guess it's just like this up-and-coming post-traumatic trauma care. So what did you do to get certified, Rachel?
It's a very long process. You have to go to a couple of retreats. It took me almost 4 years. I also didn't live where any of the retreats were, so I had to fly all over the place.
It took you 4 years because you had to wait for them to hold the next session and the timing of the classes, not because it's a daily class for 4 years or something, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It is like getting your doctorate in meditation, though. It's a very intense program because you do the retreats, you do the 3, I think, classes, and then you have a mentor, and they want you to do a lot of self-study and self-healing so that when you teach whatever you're working with, it doesn't stick to you. You're nice and clear. Right,
you don't want them clinging on to you. I hear that.
Yeah.
I have a very holistic
that's why it takes
person in my practice. I get insider information. She has Bliss Myofascial Release, and that's in Safety Harbor Behavioral Health and Counseling Center. A lot of what we're talking about today is stuff that Caroline Puckett does as well. So, and Anyway, so how did that? And Caroline, do you want to finish up? I don't want to keep you too long. We're almost done in 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know you're off in a few minutes.
Yeah.
I just really wanted to say hi and connect because I've heard a lot of great things. So
thank you so much
and
for your support.
I rest too. So I'm really kind of fascinated about it because as I was going through my severe PTSD flashbacks and I was homeless, I spent a lot of time being, you could say, trained or walked through being mindful and practicing more meditation and actually walking through that shift dimension that helped me move past what I had been through. And without that teacher who impacted my life, I don't think I would have gotten off the street and knew what my next step was. I would have been lost in an endless cycle of fear.
It seems like some people come in our path right when we need them, huh?
Yes, they do. And
yeah,
you know what
sure.
was so weird? He walked into my life 2 weeks before I crashed and burned with PTSD. But even more interesting, 2 or 3 years before that, we met just by chance at a bookstore.
It's serendipity. We got to save that for another time, Caroline. Thank you so much for calling in. We're running out of time, and always a pleasure to hear from you. And thank you so much for your support. So, okay, we got welcome. 2 minutes, Rachel.
2 minutes.
How do we want to wrap this up? I'm definitely going to have you back so we can go through the whole process of what IRT is and Rolfing because we didn't have enough time today. So,
the only thing
how can people contact you or within 2 minutes?
Is if they want to help support what I'm trying to do. I've started a podcast called Homeland Holistic Healing with Rachel Shri. You can find it on all the popular podcast sites. And every week I have a veteran, Homeland Holistic Healing with Rachel Shri.
Okay.
And every week I have a veteran on who has used holistic healing in some way to overcome the trauma from their military service, whether it's yoga or comedy or a friend of mine does spoken word. And they just talk about their path, about what they've done. And my hope is that other veterans or people suffering with PTSD might hear of a way that helps them, that might help them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I didn't know that could help PTSD.
That's how it just
never
grows.
Heard about that program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, word of mouth is the best method, I think, to healing. And then also okay, for more information on Rachel Shri Kristine with a K, Kristine. Rachel, thank you so much for being on. Happy 4th of July.
My pleasure.
And thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
And I admire you in so many ways, and for serving our country and for everything that you've gone through. And I know that your journey still will continue. And anything you need, and we'll be in touch, and we're going to have you back definitely to finish up what we're starting. Have a happy 4th of July. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity tomorrow, 12 to 1. Have a blessed 4th of July. Take care, everyone.
Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it. Moments of clarity. To yourself, be kind. It will please your mind.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
WZHR, Zephyr Hills.
FM 104.3.
Listen.